Hello, dear students. Good morning. I hope you all are fine today. So let us continue with our lesson, that is the sound. Okay. So we have seen about the vibration of sound and कैसे vibrate होता है, right? Like how do we produce the sound by vibrating the vocal cords and all. Okay, this is all how we learnt about the production of sound और sound के कुछ properties देखे, the vibrations, the amplitude, frequencies and all that. Now we are able to listen the sound through our ear, but how do we like listen the sound, or how is the mechanism of ear so that we listen the sound? So let us see that. How do we hear the sound? Through our ears. So we hear the sound through our ears, that we have three parts in the ear: the outer ear, the middle ear and the inner ear. Okay, so these are the three parts of our ear, and you can see this is the very general diagram of the ear which is shown over here. Now let us see. So of course you see this outside part, ये जो हमारा part होता है cartilage का, that part is the ear pinna. It is called as ear pinna. Okay, you can see, I'll just tell you about the mechanism and the parts of it. So very first the sound, it comes and it falls in the pinna. You see pinna में बहुत सारे ऐसे, it is not straight, there are so many structures ups and downs. वो इसीलिए है कि the sound can be reflected more and more. Okay, pinna will reflect the sound. If you इस pinna के पीछे if you keep your hand like this, sound बड़ा होगा. You can hear more sound. Why? Because the hand, which is a solid object, that is reflecting. पिन्ना से जितना साउंड रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा है उससे ज़्यादा, इफ़ द एरिया इज इंक्रीज, द रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ साउंड विल इंक्रीज एंड यू कैन हियर मोर साउंड. ओके, बिट लाउडर. So that is the reason. So that is how the pinna works. Pinna reflects the sound which goes inside the ear then. And you see the sound then passes through the ear canal which is shown over there, जो space होता है. Then that sound will travel through the ear canal. And this is all the outer part of ear. Okay. And then it will fall on the eardrum. That will fall on the eardrum. That is the thin membrane, right? That it is very delicate and we should take care of it. So that eardrum, which is a thin membrane, so that will fall on that. And what vibrates is the eardrum which vibrates. This eardrum, after the sound is fallen on that, so that eardrum will vibrate. This vibration will pass on to the next parts in the ear. Okay, the next parts of ear are, there are three bones, that is hammer, anvil and stirrup. These are in this sequence only, you can see in the diagram. After the eardrum, attached to eardrum is the hammer, then attached to that is the anvil, and the last bone, that is stirrup. These all three bones are the parts of the middle ear. Okay, till ear canal and eardrum, that is the outer ear, the external ear or the outer ear, and then these three bones are the part of the middle ear. So as the eardrum is vibrating, so that vibration is passed on to the hammer, then anvil and stirrup, and they will also vibrate. Okay, and then that will, of course, the like sound waves will be transported, like it will be transmitted through the middle ear, and then it will go to the inner ear. Then in the inner ear, the sound waves, they are converted into electrical signals. These sound waves are then converted into the electrical signal by the cochlea. You can see the cochlea, the round structure like this. Okay, so that is the cochlea which will convert the sound waves. Sound is in the form of wave. Okay, as we have drawn it. So these waves are converted into the electrical signals by this cochlea, and then that is sent to the brain through the auditory nerve. The nerve which goes from the ear to the brain, takes the message from ear to brain. These are called as the auditory nerve. Okay, and the nerves, they take the signal, they take the message only in the form of electrical signal. So it has to be converted into electrical signal, and then it will be passed through the brain. The brain then interprets the sound. It will interpret the signal as the sound, and we will understand what the person is speaking or whatever we are listening. So this is how is the mechanism that we listen the sound. Then Echo. You must be knowing very well about echo. The reflection of sound. The sound, it gets reflected from the mountain or from the wall. If the hall is empty, okay, then you can listen the echo. So that is just the reflection of, because sound is a wave. So that wave will go and it will bounce back, and again it will reach to our ear. That is the echo. But for echo to be heard, we want at least 17-meter distance. Like from us and from that wall or mountain, minimum distance should be 17 meter, then and then only we can hear the echo. Yes, if the distance is less, then we are not able to hear the echo. So that is the distance for echo to be heard. Okay, even in a temple, if you see we can listen to the echo. Then there is some sound is audible, some sound is not audible. So the audible sound is called as the sound which we can listen is the audible sound, and the another one is inaudible sound. And we have learnt about the frequency, right? The unit of frequency is hertz, how many times it vibrates in 1 second. So the sound which has frequency between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, keep in mind, the sound which has frequency between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, this ranged sound is audible to us. This ranged sound is the audible sound. And the another one which is inaudible sound, which we cannot listen, that sound is the sound, as I said, 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz we can listen. So the sound which is below 20 hertz and the sound which is above 20,000 hertz, that is not audible to us, hence it is called inaudible sound. That is called as the inaudible sound. Okay, you see who all can listen to the inaudible sound? The dogs can hear and the bats. They produces ultrasonic sound. Okay, let me tell you about ultrasonic sound. The sound which is inaudible to us, the sound which is below 20 to 20,000 is our range. Okay, audible range. Below 20 hertz is the infrasonic sound. Below 20 hertz is the infrasonic sound. And above 20,000 hertz is the ultrasonic sound. Okay, below 20 hertz is infrasonic sound, above 20,000 hertz is the ultrasonic sound, and in between this infra and ultra we cannot listen, which are inaudible to us. But 20 to 20,000 hertz is audible to us. Here it is printed wrong. It is not 2000 hertz, but that is 20,000 hertz. So whatever I am speaking, you just pay attention to that. The sound whose frequency is more than 20,000 hertz, that is called as the ultrasonic sound. And who can listen to this ultrasonic sound? Surprisingly, dolphins can listen, bats, even rats, they all can listen to the ultrasonic sound. Okay, and you see the bats, they produce, you can see in the diagram, the bats, they produce the ultrasonic sound which goes, if there is any obstacle in between, sound will reflect from any solid object. So bats, they produce the ultrasonic sound which we cannot listen, and then that sound will reflect back if there is something in between. Then they will understand ki, okay, at this distance an object is there which is of this shape and size. Yes, they do understand by this way. So this is all about the range of the sound or the range of hearing. Okay, then noise and musical sound. Can you guess what is the difference between noise and music? Music sounds good to us, right? We enjoy listening music. Do you enjoy listening to the noise? No, we don't. So what is the difference? Where we know musical sound, that is the very pleasing to our ear, that is the musical sound. And what is noise? So the unpleasant sound, that is called as the noise. So the musical sound is produced by regular and periodic vibration, the vibration which goes on regularly and periodically. But when the vibration is not regular, it is not periodic, then that is the noise. Now see, when the vibration will not be periodic, suppose in a class so many students are sitting and they are just talking, that will be noise, right? The sound is produced, the vibrations are produced, but they are mixed up, they are not periodic, okay, or they are not regular, so that will create a noise. So that is about the horns of the buses and trucks. So that is very random. So this is noise, and the sound produced by the musical instruments, or if any person is singing, then that is in the harmony, or we can say that is the vibrations are very perfect, they are regular, they are periodic, and hence that is the musical sound. So that is the basic difference. We don't want to listen the noise, but we enjoy listening the musical sound. Okay, Then you see this is very major issue, that is the noise pollution. As you know about air pollution, water pollution, in the same way there is noise pollution. So when does the noise pollution occur? The presence of excessive or unwanted sound in the environment will produce the noise pollution. Okay, the sound up to certain extent it is okay, but we know now decibel is the unit to measure the sound. If the sound goes above 80 decibel, that I told you, amplitude, loudness of sound, if it goes above 80 decibel, then that sound can be painful, and that may cause, you see there are so many sounds when we go out. There is sound of the what we can say, someone is playing the music in a loud voice, volume, then that is the noise. Then अगर आप देखें तो vehicles हैं, then okay, the vendors, and also you see this creates noise, and it creates noise pollution, even the factories and all. So let us, these all are the causes of sound pollution, like crackers, machines, loudspeakers, the vehicles, okay, the desert coolers, even air conditioners, music system at very high volume, kitchen appliances, and जो बहुत सारे factories and all, they also produce sound, so it makes noise pollution. Then there are some harmful effects of this noise pollution on our body. You see, it produces, it doesn't allow us to sleep, so that is lack of sleep, hypertension, high blood pressure, and someone's eardrum may get damaged by that much sound. Okay, anxiety, so that is how. And a person who is continuously exposed to sound, no, that person can become temporarily or permanently, he can lose the capacity to hear. So that much harmful effects are of the noise pollution. Then how can we limit the noise pollution? We can play the music in very low volume, the TV, radios and music system at very low volume. We should use the silencers in the vehicles, in the industrial machine. Do not blow the horn unnecessarily. These all are the measures which we can do and which are very easy to do. And yes, planting more trees. You know, trees can absorb the sound waves. Trees can actually absorb the sound waves, and इसीलिए to plant the trees is the best option to control not only noise pollution, but if you plant the trees, there are so many pollutions which will be controlled and our environment will be safe. Okay, so these are the various causes of the noise pollution. Okay, even volcanic eruptions and all. Then hearing impairment. You must have seen few people who are unable to listen, who are unable to hear. Some people, they have temporary hearing impairment, while some have permanently lost their capacity to listen. Okay, so that is a deaf person. He has little or no hearing. And you see, if someone has partial disability, that might be because of certain injury, certain diseases, or due to age. You see, the old age people, they are not able to listen, so that is the reason. Now those people who have this hearing impairment, how do they communicate? You must have seen they communicate by sign language, right? So they have various sign languages by which they communicate to each other, as they are not able to talk, right? So they use the sign language for that. Also you must be knowing, okay, this is the sign language for them. Then there are hearing aids which are used by those people, right? Hearing aids are nothing but they are the electronic battery operated devices. What these devices will do, they will collect the sound, they will receive the sound through it has a microphone, like we have eardrum which vibrates, they have microphone, so they will take the sound, they receive the sound, that will get the sound waves will be converted into electrical signal by this instrument only. It will be converted, you can see that the microphone, it will go to microphone, then that will be converted into the electrical signals, and this electrical signal, there is amplifier, so that it will be amplified. You know now, amplitude amplified, that means the it will increase, the loudness will increase, so it will be amplified, and then that will be sent to our brain through the nerve, through the auditory nerve. So this is how these people are able to listen by using the hearing aids. Okay, so this is all about the sound, and I hope you have understood the lesson. You take care, stay home, stay safe. Goodbye.